What is going on, everybody? Justin here with Alpha Wash. I appreciate y'all tuning into the video. Today we're going to be talking about something pretty interesting. We're going to be talking about the 3 things that you need to focus on the most if you want to take your pressure washing business and take it to the next level and start making more money. So the 3 things you're going to need to focus on is how much value do you provide to the customer? And by how much value you provide, that's going to let you know what you can charge. So there's nothing that says you can't charge an outrageous amount for your service compared to other people in the same service, as long as you provide the correct amount of value that aligns with the amount that you've set as your price. As long as you can provide that value, that's fine, but you have to come up with a way to provide that value. So what you do is you ask yourself, how do I provide that much value? And that's where you really get into the nitty-gritty of customer touch points and customer, basically their whole cycle as they come into contact with you, and how often they come back and do business with you, and how many people they refer to you, because that's huge. Because if you can get people that you've already got as a customer to bring in new customers organically to you, and it benefits them, then that's obviously a good thing for you, because you're not having to pay for those customers. That means it's growing organically. And when it's growing organically, that is a great thing. That means that that what you're doing for people is making such an impact in their life that they're feeling the need to share it with others. And when they do that, that's good for your business, and that's good for the people that they're sharing it with, because you're providing value to them as well. And it feels good to your original customers, because they're getting to provide value to their friends about your product or service. So that's a big one. And then the next one's going to be cost of goods sold. So cost of goods sold, whatever you do, no matter if it's a product or service, if you know this number and you can tweak this number, you can really control how much money you make. And so, like, for example, for a pressure washing business, cost of goods sold is going to be your labor and your chemicals and your fuel. That would be what it costs to actually go out and do the job. Overhead wouldn't be included in this. So the lower you can get your cost of goods sold, the higher profit margin you're going to have there. And that's going to make a huge difference at the end of the year when you start talking numbers as far as profit margins and things like that go. So the third thing is going to be, what is your scalability? Like, how is your marketing, as far as, is this a scalable way of, do we have a scalable way of doing this? Like, is our sales team scalable? Is our marketing a scalable level? Like, can we take it from wherever it is right now, and can we do 10 times that amount? And if you have a good marketing and sales system in place, the answer is yes, because you can keep building on it. But if the marketing or sales structure is set up in a way that limits the company because it's dependent on one certain thing or one certain person, that's kind of like a roadblock. So these 3 things are pretty much if you can kind of limit all the outside world getting into your mind and focus on these 3 things, because you can't control all 3 of these things in your business. It can seem a little difficult because it's not something that's tangible that you can see, but you can definitely control these 3 things within your business. And controlling these 3 things within your business is definitely gonna be the deal maker or breaker at the end of the day on whether you hit your revenue goal or not. And having a revenue goal is another big deal, because if you have a goal, you're a lot more likely to hit it than if you don't have a goal. Like, if we're traveling somewhere in a car and we're just driving, we don't have a destination, who knows where we're going to end up? We don't know where we're going. We don't have a specific destination, so we're just driving. There is no specific destination. Whereas if we go and we put in our iPhone or put in our maps, we want to go here, we know exactly where we're going, we know exactly how long it should take us, and be mindful there might be detours along the way, but we know around what time we should make it there. And if we stick to that plan and follow that map, we're going to get there. It might be a little earlier than we're supposed to, or it might be a little later than we're supposed to, but we know if we stay persistent on getting to that location that we're going to get there. And it's the same with the revenue goals. So if you really start asking yourself, how can I do this? It really changes the way you think about it. So if you say, how can I add $10,000 a month to what I'm doing right now? You really start to think about it, and it makes it seem a lot more tangible. It makes it seem a lot more achievable. You're not putting it up on a pedestal. You really start using your brain to think of ways that you can legit increase your sales up $10,000 a month. And it's honestly really fun, and there's a lot of different ways to do it. And you got to realize, even if you want to grow a business big, it starts one customer at a time. You really got to make an impact on each customer if you want the business to grow organically. So hope y'all can find some value in this. If you are liking the content, make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified every time we post a video. So appreciate y'all watching. We'll catch y'all later.